0, Greenwing Quinn. Number 3, Allie Rose. Number 4, Lily Booty. Number 7, Addison Cohen. Number 13, Hadley Huffman. Number 14, Vivian Bell. Number 15, Jada Cortez. Number 16, Emma Jute. Number 18, Gabby Rosas. Number 21, Aiden Nicholson. Number 22, Abigail Stanberry. And now, the starting lineup for your Lady Panthers. Number 1, Lily Holt. Number 2, Stephanie Ortiz. Number 3, Maddie Brennan. Number 4, Megan Davis. Number 5, Brittany Hernandez. Number 7, Caitlin Riddle. Number 11, Claudia Zalapa. Number 14, Cynthia Rios. Number 17, Jasmine Valencia. Number 15, Carly McMahon. And in goal, number 34, Ella Brinson. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand and wave your hats as we honor America with our national anthem. No, bro.
Okay. That's all.
Hello, Panther fans. Welcome to our first presentation of Lady Panther Soccer. I'm Matt Kolodzik, and along with me is Katie Sapp, and she'll be joining us here briefly. And it's a beautiful night for soccer. It's a kind of a balmy 64 degrees compared to what we had last week. If anybody was around, we got the nice little blackberry winter. But that's our spring season for us. It could be nice and warm one moment and next moment freezing on you. But we're just real excited to be able to bring you our first of the season match against one of our major rival in sports, which is Smoky Mountain Mustangs. So we're really looking forward to this match. We have Smoky Mountain Mustangs. They are coming in with a record of 4-2-1. They are currently 0-1 in the conference, and this is our first conference match for the Panthers, and so we are 0-0 in the conference and 2-3 overall. This should be a really fun match. From what I expect, looking at some of the stats, we should be a fairly evenly matched two teams here. And so we're getting ready for the kickoff right now. The refs are taking their place. we had some issues earlier with some of the placement of the benches. We've had some shifting of the benches, the location here at the field, and had to move one bench to the other side. And I guess the referees, from what I understand, they didn't want to be right in front of the players, which I guess that's understandable. They might hear some things from the coaches too. And we have our kickoff. Some early possession by Franklin up in the middle, but they lose it. And what we're going to be looking for here, there's a nice through ball. What we're going to be looking for here is really just seeing the beginning of this match where there's going to be a lot of back and forth typically. We call it a feeling out process where players are kind of having a little tougher time of possession. You're going to have a lot of energy, high energy, which means players are also kind of overcommitting. So you do tend to see a lot of early goals too because players are really amped up, and we're going to hope for an early goal for the Panthers here. One of the things that has really shone brightly for the Panthers, especially this last week, is that we have scored early. And when we score early, the confidence level raises very quickly for the ladies here. Now we've been a little more in our defensive third. Smoky just takes a shot. Oh, and Ella Brentzes makes a beautiful save. That was actually a really nice shot from distance. That's going to lead to a corner for the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Now, one of the things we're going to watch for here is Smoky Mountain is very good on set pieces. They spend a lot of time, both their men's and ladies teams. I know they are very well coached. Here's the corner. And it goes safely out of bounds for a goal kick. So we have two very good coaches here. We have Stephen Parsons. He's been with the ladies program for Smoky for a little while now. And, of course, Dwight Long. He's been a mainstay in soccer for quite a few years, and he's 3-4 years now into the ladies program. So typically you would see a lot of what he's instilling coming out in the next year or two because it's kind of a process. Abigail Stanberry is there defensively for Smoky, number 22. And Smoky seems to be maintaining a little more possession than what we are right now. We've, and they dispossess us on that one. And again, with this time, it is a feeling out process. What is the other team going to do? How do we react to it? And then hopefully at a certain point, you begin anticipating what they're going to be doing as far as an attack or defensively. And that ball goes out for a corner to Smoky. Again, we're going to watch this set piece if it's in play. Set pieces are very dangerous for the defending team. And typically the numbers are somewhere around 25% of set pieces are scored on. So, listen, you get 4 corners, right? There's a chance you might get something there. There's another corner. I'm sorry, that's a goal kick. Now, Maddie Brandon is actually taking the goal kick. At times you see our goalkeepers take their own goal kicks at the high school level, but we have Ella Brinson is actually a second-year goalkeeper. She has been trained by some of the better trainers that we know as far as goalkeeping goes. But Maddie Brandon has been playing for quite a while, I believe, at least 6 years between middle school and high school. And she is a very stalwart defender. as you can see right there, she makes a nice play, anticipated that well. And we're making a nice little run up the side. Oh, it's going to go out of bounds before we have a chance to get to it. And we're hoping we can switch the field here a little bit, put the pressure on them, and hopefully the goal is to try to pressure them a little bit higher. Recently, Coach Long has made some changes as far as positioning. A few games ago, Caitlin Riddle was actually playing as a left back, and she's actually moved up as a forward now. And really, it's worked out pretty well for the Panthers. I believe she's the leading goal scorer with 5 goals, and she got those within really 2-3 games. And her confidence is really high right now. Let's see if we can get an opportunity here. She's left-footed. She's making a run right now. See if she can get behind the defender. Oh, and the defender does a nice job of turning that and possessing it. Nope. It goes safely out of bounds for a Panther throw-in. Now, we were able to withstand some of the offensive possession by Smoky. Hopefully we can switch fields and keep it here. And it looks like it's a Smoky throw-in. One thing that is very important, extremely important defensively, is that we are backing each other up. We have a little more of an anchor system. We're not a flat back, because typically that's when they can make, actually counterattacks and make runs on you. That's a nice pass up by Megan Davis. And it goes back to Megan. See if she can make something out of this here. Nope, Smoky does a great job of defending. Now, typically, Smoky teams, when they get the ball on the back line, they tend to boot it up. It's kind of a mentality that they've had, but at least early on here, I've noticed that their fullbacks, their backs, are actually trying to possess a little more. They're finding people in the midfield level, not just trying to boot it up or even boot it out of bounds. And right now they're holding kind of a high line. If we could get a good foot on it, we could probably get it behind them. But it goes safely to the Smoky player. It's good defending there. And that is the pass you want to make if you want to start switching fields. You take it towards the flag, the corner flag. It seems like both teams are really fairly bunched up right now. They're finding a difficult time with space. That was a nice throw in by the Smoky player there. That was a lot closer than it looked. That ball just went over the crossbar, hit the back, a couple feet shorter, and we're down 1-0. Maddie Brandon will be taking this goal kick again. And that's a decent kick there. And Smoky is finding some opportunities with possession here. Again, if we can find a counterattack here and press it high, as Caitlin Riddle's doing, it rides safely out of bounds. Now, in soccer, just as all sports, you want to be strong up the middle. That's where games are typically won and lost. So you got to have some strong players there. And as of right now, we seem to be ball watching a little bit. We're not finding the closest defender. That's a good job of defending there. Well, and I think I'm joined by Katie Sapp. Yeah, hey, Katie.
Wasn't sure if I was turned on yet.
That's right. Yeah, those mute buttons. Got to make sure those things are working or not working right. But Katie, just glad to have you here today, and just a beautiful day for soccer, as I was saying earlier. And
it is. It's a little smoky.
Oh wow, look at that. Got to get our soccer puns in there, right? So, Katie, actually, you just came over from Smoky Mtn, I believe, and you played. For those of you who don't know, Katie is the middle school girls soccer coach. So she's been doing that, I believe, 6 years now. Is that correct?
I think so.
6 years.
6 or 7.
6 or 7. You know, after a certain point, it kind of runs together, I know. But there's a nice strike by the Smoky player, and it's still, ball is still in play. Ball is still in play. Oh, watch it. Oh, we were very, very lucky in that one there. That ball was bouncing around a little bit. So, anyways, you had a really good trip over to Smoky, didn't you?
We did. I was just thinking I've got to switch out of coaching mode and into just talking about the game mode. We won 3-0, and the girls played well. It was also extremely smoky over there, too, so the lungs are thankful to be inside commentating on this game. But I was noticing some of the same things that you were talking about. Normally, Smoky does tend to try to boot and run onto it a little bit more, but it does seem like they're possessing a little more than what I'm used to seeing from Smoky.
Well, it looks like, and I was also watching the warm-ups that both teams went through. Smoky was doing a lot of possession-type warm-ups. They seem to really just focus on that. We've got an opportunity up the side here, and see if Caitlin can corral that and keep it here.
Abigail clears it out to the side.
The back line has done fairly well tonight so far. They've been tested kind of early, and honestly, I think they've done a little bit better job. We were able to watch some matches earlier, and they tend to earlier on in the season they were getting a little bit high and weren't backing each other up. But I can see a nice chain kind of coming together there. It seems like they're really watching each other's back.
I was thinking the same thing. It's hard as a coach. I feel for Coach Long because it is hard to decide who to put on that back line. That's a key decision, and you've got to try different people in different spots and just see what works, which I think is what they're still a very young team. They're still learning and trying to figure out who plays best where, and so far I think they're figuring it out as they go, but I'm sure that's hard for everybody to switch positions. I always feel for my girls. I had my main striker playing center defense today.
Listen, you sometimes it changes match to match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even halftime to halftime,
Yes.
right? Or half to half. You go with what's going to work at that point. They have some numbers against us here. Let's see if we can. Maybe an offside. Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
that was
She was in an offside position. You could tell it was close, but
Good call.
that was a great call, and you could see the assistant referee paused there at that moment, so you could see that call coming. That was a good line there by the backs. Well, let's talk a little bit about what Franklin's their season so far. They're 2-3. They started out actually 0-3.
Yeah.
Kind of a rough start, but they did play some good teams, and there's an opportunity.
Oh.
We were able to clear that out. Let's see if we can get to that ball and help out our defenders a little bit.
I think when you start off with several losses like that, it's so hard to change that mentality back to a winning mentality and be able to bounce back from that just mentally.
There's nothing that fixes things better than winning, right? And so
Scoring.
Yeah, scoring too. Our team, just like last year a little bit, we struggled in the past with putting the ball in the goal, and we seem to have found a little bit of a rhythm the last couple of games. In fact, we had I think 5 goals in one game and then 6 goals in another. So, listen, that is in soccer that's quite a few goals.
Yeah.
That's and it doesn't matter who your opponent is. This last week, they actually had 3 games scheduled, 3 matches, and one of them got canceled on Friday. But they ended up, I believe, going 2-0 last week against Murphy and then later against Hayesville.
Well, and I think that you can tell in this game already. I think the momentum is there a little more so than some of the others that we've seen at the beginning of the game. I think they're testing Smoky a little bit more than what they might have otherwise just coming off of straight losses.
And there's a good decision by Caitlin Riddle. She dropped it back and was able to kind of move forward to a better position. Would have liked to seen maybe a little more possession on that end of it. But again, some good decisions are being made. Oh, here's an opportunity if Ella can handle that. She does. Comes out on that one and keeps it away from the Smoky offensive player.
And you see Smoky starting to test the keeper a little more.
Yeah, they've taken some shots from distance, no doubt. And again, one thing about shooting is you don't score unless you do it, right? And so Smoky has definitely been doing that, and I'm not sure how many shots they've got so far, but
more than us.
Yeah. And we're getting tested a little bit back here right now, and Smoky seems to be getting a little more possession. And again, the thing that we have to really own is that middle there. And right now you can see there's a player. Smoky was wide open on that shot. But, talking about last week, so you go 0-3 against, again, some quality teams. They were quality teams. So, it's tough in the first place. Looks like they played Swain, Brevard, and Highlands. Swain is for a 1A team, they have really been going out. They beat Tuscola. They're beating some 3A teams here. And so to open up against Swain and at their place, that's a tough thing to do. But again, the best answer to fixing that is you get 2 wins in a row.
Yeah.
And so now you've tasted victory. You've had an opportunity to go and celebrate a couple times. You know what it's like to get that first goal.
Yeah.
And then the momentum and the way it shifts there. So again, we're drawn to 0-0 right now with we're drawing in on 20 minutes into the match here already. Kind of flies along. So if we can look for an opportunity, maybe get them behind their line a little bit. They're playing. It looks like Smoky's playing 4 backs, but they are kind of using an anchor or two a little bit deeper. So if we can get some speed in behind them.
And they do seem to be pushing their line high.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's an opportunity. Nope. Cut off by the Smoky defender. And I believe that's number 21 for Smoky. She's been in there. I thought it was number 22, Abigail Stanberry, but it's number 21, Aiden Nicholson. She seems to have been a big part of what's happening on that back line here. So we have a sub coming in for Smoky right now. And this is normally a good time to put a sub in. They have those nervous early times. They've kind of gotten past that, both teams. And so now you want to give somebody maybe a little break, and it looks like they subbed in for a midfielder, which is typical. Midfielders tend to do more running than anybody because they're up as forwards sometimes and back as backs. So here's an opportunity here if we can get behind their line. And that's a good kick. Let's see if we can. Oh, it rode a little bit. Okay, and this is the first time their keeper has actually been tested. Their keeper, I believe, is Greenleaf Flynn. She's a sophomore. Kind of a funny story. I just talked to Stephen Parsons, the head coach, before the game, and he said with all these dual sport and multi-sport athletes, he didn't get a lot of his players till late.
Yeah.
And he said that his number 1 goal scorer right now, who actually is Lillian Rhodes, she's got 5 goals. Oh, let's see if we can. The ball is still and it just rolls out. But we've got an opportunity here.
Smoky's used to that short turf, so they're not going to chase the balls down quite as much as our girls will.
That's right.
Not being used to the grass.
It does not ride very quickly on the grass. That's for sure.
It doesn't. Especially Smoky's turf, I've noticed it's
almost like concrete, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot shorter than it started out a few years ago.
Now they're on a counter attack here, and that was done very well. I believe that was Maddie Brandon again. She's able to turn it outside.
And I will say this Franklin team, I don't know how Smoky's age compares, but Franklin's team is very young.
Yeah, and that is one of the things we I discussed with Stephen Parsons. He said they're also fairly young.
Yeah.
And it seems like we've had these trends.
Yes.
And I don't know if you attribute it to COVID, different things. People just
And you don't have a JV.
don't have a JV for
at
Smoky.
Smoky. And I think that also speaks volumes for the future of programs whenever we don't have enough for JV teams.
That's right. Has a nice shield and pick up there by Ella. But getting back to that whole thing with the goalkeeper, he had his first game. He had his top goal scorer back as a goalkeeper. So you lose your goals on one end, and then I'm sure she's a quality player. So hopefully you have somebody back there that can keep it out, right? But he said he's also having to mix and match players quite a bit. But now we're getting into the conference, and this is what you play for here.
Lily Holt coming down the side. Is that Lily?
That is Lily, yes.
Just switch sides.
We can see her. Now Lily she's a freshman, I believe, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah, and she's been playing. I believe she's been starting. She's a quality player, very mentally sound as far as the game itself, the field presence. She has it. As a freshman to come in, it's tough to come in into varsity as a freshman for any sport, right? But she has really done well, and she's been adjusting her play to this level. You have, when you go as a freshman up to varsity, you really have no choice but to try to play well, right? I mean, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, and she's played with most of these girls for at least 1 or 2 years in middle school.
And again, they're kind of pressing us, and we've done a sound job. As I say that, there's a battle going on there on the back line, but what a good job.
Very good job.
Yeah.
Lily's one of those players, too, that is always calm.
She is very calm. Sometimes you can be too calm, but you know what? That's okay. Soccer, let's see if okay, it's going to ride out of bounds. I wasn't sure if they were going to call offside on that because it looked like she came from an offside position, but it didn't matter because it went out of bounds. No. I talked to Coach Long earlier, and they are running a 4-4-2. They kind of like a diamond 4-4-2, which, if for those of you that don't know, that's 4 backs. You typically have a defensive mid in the middle, and then that gives you really kind of 3 other staggered midfielders that can kind of fill in the gaps there. And then your 2 forwards.
Good battle by Campbell.
Yeah. She just she's been there left. Is Claudia, is she on the she's in the middle there too, I believe. Now, the midfielders, that is really the key. Yes, you can, defenders, you want them to be solid, of course. But your midfielders are what connect your progression up the field. If you don't have that possession, that work ethic, it definitely can impact you. There's an opportunity, and there is the typical Smoky when in doubt, kick it out, right? That's what we're used to seeing, and you know what? It works okay.
It works okay.
I know as a coach going against it can be very frustrating because you like to play possession soccer and even build from the back sometimes. But again, if you are not comfortable building from the back, well, guess what? We're going to kick it out. We're going to allow our team to recover. Hopefully, it stalls the other team. Very effective, and especially when you're up.
Yeah.
Ella does a good job of corralling that.
Well, and especially whenever you're in your own defensive third. When in doubt, just get it out of there.
That's right. You don't mess around in front of the goal or anything like that, right? You got to clear that thing out as quickly as possible.
So Campbell's going to play it wide. Probably out to Carly.
All right. Well, it looks like it went off Franklin here. Now they have a girl that's been coming up here. Let me see. That number 21. Yeah. That's the.
She must be their official thrower.
Aiden Nicholson, and she seems to have a good throw in here. I saw it earlier. Oh yeah, nice deep throw in.
Yeah.
And that is a weapon. We use that with a guys soccer team with Varsity. We had a couple guys that threw it in like a corner kick, and we would actually run set pieces. Like we would call corner plays off of the throw in. So right now they've got a corner, and this is I believe their fourth corner this half. And again, we don't like giving up set pieces.
It's a nice kick.
Yeah. Oh, and she did a great job. Ella did a great job of coming out and anticipating that one and not allowing it to get to a player on the other team. So here, let's see if she can use some speed, Caitlin. Keep that ball in, Caitlin.
Trying to save it.
Yeah.
Good battle, Abigail and Caitlin.
That's right. That's right. So it goes safely out for a goal kick. What we'd love to see right here is to be able to keep it in our offensive third, not have them get in behind us. And it looks like we're doing a little bit better job of matching up with a player. There's a player, as I said, there's a player wide open right there that couldn't see him behind the post.
Yeah.
But we've been looking a little bit better at that. That was a nice play. See if we can feed outside. That was a nice pass. See, that's what we talk about, building from the back there, not just booting up, but finding a player. Oh, here's an opportunity, and there's an opportunity. One more pass, but it's okay. And that's where you like to see some spacing there. You'd like to see Carly maybe take a little bit wide.
It's one thing that especially newer players that don't have a lot of experience, they tend to think that they're helping by going to their teammate who has the ball because they want to help, right? They see their teammates in trouble, they've got a defender on them, they want to help. So your first instinct is to go to the ball and to the player, and then you've actually kind of taken yourself out of the play.
Well, somehow that ball stayed in. It looks like she was right on that line. And Caitlin, she can shield out there. And nobody on the back line or pressing that back line. Oh, okay. That ball's going to ride safely out of bounds.
It does seem like the more that Caitlin Riddle is pushing that back line and the more that Lily's pushing the back line as far as just going toe-to-toe with them, they're getting further towards the goal than they have been.
Right. I've noticed I believe that it looks like they're both playing as forwards right now. One of the things that we try to do with our forwards is actually have them play a little closer together, which is kind of weird. You wouldn't think that. But what that would do is allow your wingers to come up and fill in the outside channels. So right now they're kind of playing one side or the other, and that also kind of leaves a little bit of a gap in the middle too.
Right.
When you do that, it's a good job by Campbell to defend that. Guess it was already out before the hitter.
Take that throw.
And while we have the sub coming for Smoky, do want to mention that this Thursday at 6 p.m. We're having our Unify basketball game, which is always an exciting time. It's just a great opportunity for students, for really just our entire town to come together for just an opportunity to promote some of the kids, some of those who don't always get the opportunity to play in some of these games. And now I'm really excited about seeing that. I've been able to. I wasn't able to go in person as last year, but I was able to watch it on FPSN. By the way, FPSN does a great job of this. Very thankful for them. Oh, and that got all the way through the keeper.
Real opportunity there.
Yes. But they do a wonderful job. The school, the administration, teachers of really pulling together for this opportunity. In fact, it's even won some state awards, which is great. So this Thursday, 6 p.m., if you can't be there in person, the Franklin Panther Sports Network is going to be live streaming it. Oh, there's an opportunity behind us. Oh,
gracious.
Wow.
That girl's kicking herself.
Yes. That's one of those where you just stick your foot out.
Ooh, hope for the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think that FPSN in general, it has just been a total lifesaver, especially for me as a coach, to be able to go back and watch film. And not only that, but when I have to miss a game, because we have a game, so like at the end of basketball season, beginning of our season, I was having to miss a lot of the basketball games because we had practice and games, and it's so nice to be able to go home, put my feet up and pull up the game and be able to still catch the end of the game.
That's right. That's right. You know, there's an opportunity for Smoky, and they take a shot. Oh, and we're thankful it goes right. That's one of those shots kicked right to our keeper, and
we're thankful.
Yes, we'll take that because she was wide open. Now, along with that, while we're talking about FPSN, a lot of people don't know, but they really are able to do this. It's such a gift. But they do have people that give their time and effort and energy. We have a wonderful crew here, and to be able to keep this going, we would love to ask for your support.
Yeah.
There is actually a PayPal link that you can go to, and you can sponsor us. You can just give any amount of money if you love seeing your players or any players, or even just watching Panther sports in general. Think about the time, the effort, the energy that's given towards this. I know they would appreciate any gift that you'd be able to offer. So I'm just going to plug that a little bit because there's an opportunity. She's very far out. Get out and jump on that ball. The ball goes out of bounds. Looks like
gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Up in the booth.
And we got a.
Ooh.
Looks like I guess they called it a corner. I couldn't see here he's got the corner called. This is the 5th corner now. So again, you're sweating bullets kind of as a coach. Defenders, you want to stand. I'd like to see Ella back on that goal line. She's off her goal line just a little bit right now.
She is a very very attacking type of keeper. She wants to go and attack the ball. Ooh, that was a good block by Stephanie.
Oh my goodness. And that's where that's where we're just talking about. That was the 5th corner they just took.
That's that set piece, yep.
Set pieces.
You have enough of them.
Yeah. A lot of times as a coach, one of the things you look at when you look at stats is how many corners do you take? How many corners do you give up? Because that's a telltale sign of as far as what's happening with the pressure. Are you pressuring more? Are they pressuring more? Are they having more opportunities? So we would love to be able to get one back here.
And I think that they definitely can. The way that they've been playing, at least the last 15 minutes or so, if they can keep that momentum up, I think we'll definitely have another goal-scoring opportunity. But like you said, Matt, the odds of scoring again right after a goal are also high.
Right.
Because you've got that momentum up. So we'll see what Franklin does with this opportunity.
And you can already see Smoky's energy is up already. They are, if you look at the spacing, they are spaced very, very nicely.
They are, yeah. I was noticing that too.
But let's see here. A lot of times, too. Oh, there's a foul. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a good collision. I mean, I don't think there's anything egregious about that. But if you were at home and you were able to hear our fans,
they might disagree.
Yeah. Well, and I'll just be honest with you, those are typically a lot of the guys' soccer team that I coach. We get very emotional when we're watching a lot of the games here, and it's great. We have a good support system between the guys and girls soccer,
yes.
And it's wonderful. Every call that is made against us will be wrong, by the way.
Yes. The refs can do no right in the fans' eyes.
Yeah. As I say, they can hear the fans.
Yes. Mostly your boys.
Yes, but they're a wonderful group of guys there. And there's an opportunity for Smoky. They got him behind us here.
They don't have any help. Oh, now they do.
Oh, what a great job.
Really good.
Oh, but now they're behind us.
Oh.
Yeah, we're playing a fire a little bit here on our back line.
Yeah, and you really want to see the ball cleared out, but if nothing else, you want to see it cleared to the side.
Right.
Not for another corner.
Well, we've got a couple subs coming in right now. Looks like Campbell Tyler's coming out, and I couldn't see who else came out and who came in.
Looks like Maddie was out.
Oh, she was out. Yeah.
Been hurting or something.
And you don't see her come out very often, do you? But was she out when that goal was scored? I wonder.
I think so.
That's tough. Yeah, your back line, you want to have a solid back line without a doubt. And she is honestly the solid one. She plays typically a right center back, but she does a lot.
And I will also say Julia.
That's right,
Her
Julia.
kicks have been awesome as well. While Campbell was out, that was Julia taking
Was
all
that
of
Julia?
those kicks. She
Yeah.
took that free kick and the 2 goal kicks and did very well. She's come a long way.
I've noticed it's really hard to even with our screen here, I'm looking at the numbers and it's kind of hard to see the numbers sometimes. You know, the black the black on the red's kind of tough.
It is
but
tough.
Even with that, you know, with the guys, there are no ponytail. Well, there might be a ponytail here, but sometimes it tends to cover the number.
Yeah.
And so I apologize ahead of time if we call somebody's number and it is incorrect. Smoky goes to hit that corner flag again, and hopefully we can just play that out, do what we need to do, make sure we can recover. We weren't able to get it out, though. Now, oh, goodness.
Now our back line's working hard.
Yeah.
But we've kind of lost a little bit of our momentum. We're not shifting back to grab that ball.
There's a shot on goal.
Ooh.
I had a you saw one of
there's
our
our field.
Franklin Field
Yeah.
bounces there.
That's a Franklin Field special.
Yeah. Now, if you're taking the shot, you love the Franklin bounce.
Yeah.
If you're a goalkeeper, hopefully
It's
you've
your worst
practiced.
enemy.
Yeah. If you're a Franklin keeper, you got an advantage
Yeah.
because you practice on it, right? But still, you got that little clump of grass that just goes. You can shoot it to the side.
Ball's out for a Smoky throw. They're not going to use their big thrower on the back. One that can throw the farthest.
So we're just inside of 5 minutes right now, 4:45, and oh my goodness.
Oh,
And we,
that's lucky.
yeah, that was a nice through ball up the middle, and Smoky player had an opportunity there.
Well, and going into the halftime, 1-0 is not where you want to be, but it's a lot better than going in 2-0.
That's right. And I would always tell my players with 5 minutes left, you know, if I don't. Oh, I do yell things out on the field, which I tell them not to really. You know, hopefully they're focused. Yeah, I do. But hopefully they're a little more focused on the game. That's what we tell them.
Oh,
Focus on
no.
each other.
Oh my goodness.
But this is the time when a team can turn it one way or the other. First 5 minutes of a game of a half, and the last 5 minutes of a half, they are extremely
Yes.
important.
Okay, so Cynthia's back in, and I didn't even notice that she hasn't been playing. Cynthia must be injured. She's got a lot going on her right knee.
Well, I talked with Lynette actually last week, or it might have been a little over a week ago, and Lynette is our wonderful trainer, and she is just all over the place. I don't even know how to.
I don't know
can
how she does
explain
it.
how she covers as much as she does. She does have a little more help this year, and she had some earlier in the year, but she did tell me that our ladies were a little banged up, which. Whether that's an understatement or an overstatement, I don't really know, but that does
Shows
mean
they've been playing hard.
That's right. Listen, you play and you get those injuries. And, you know, if you get injured last week when you have 2 wins, the injuries don't hurt as bad, do they?
Yeah.
So
It's a lot more painful when you're coming off of
Yeah.
a loss. Yeah, Cynthia's definitely
that should have been
hobbling.
no handball on that one. Oh, there's an opportunity up the side. It really becomes a foot race at this point. And you want to stay on your feet there as much as you can. Shield that ball. Let them go through you. If they go through you, it's a foul, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I had forgotten how slick Smoky's turf is. The girls have such a hard time staying on their feet on that turf. It's hard to stay upright whenever you're going hard for the ball. It's almost like concrete.
Well, a lot of people don't know, but Smoky's Field, when they actually it was donated by the Carolina Panthers, and it was paid for. So I'm sure there was other money that came into it.
Sure.
But it was a great opportunity for them. But one of the things they did is it became one of the few test fields for using, I believe it's coconut shell, instead of using rubber like we typically do in a lot of turf fields. They use coconut shell because, well, it's more environmentally friendly.
Sure.
And over time, the coconut shell is supposed to rubberize. That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
But the problem was, and it's not so bad now, but if you ever played on that field, and I had many guys that did, they knew that they would always wear compression shorts or pants, because if you ever went for a slide tackle, you were going to tear up your
Yes.
leg. It was it still is kind of that way, but not what it was, say, 3-4 years ago. I guess that process of the coconut shell.
Yeah, now it's just slick.
Yeah, that's right.
So it has rubberized, I guess, a little bit. I'm interested in the results of that experiment, though.
Yes, yeah. There's an opportunity for Smoky again.
You'd think coconut would smell better than just straight rubber.
There's
right?
another corner. You would think it would. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Smells like suntan lotion.
Well, we talk all the time about our field, and you know, it's hard to describe our field to somebody who's not been here. All I tell our players is it's our field.
Yeah.
And so what that means is that nobody else plays on that field as much as we do. That means you should own your field. And there's a cross
nice
in.
kick.
That was a nice corner. And hopefully that'll ride safely
Yes.
out. We can defend this.
See it out into the
Yeah.
halftime.
We got about 20 seconds
Maybe
left
not,
here.
though.
This is a dangerous time.
Another corner.
And now, if you're Ella and you're a goalkeeper, and the other team is taking a goal kick, you don't want to go after that ball. You want to let that time tick down.
Absolutely.
You want to help them out, right?
Take your time.
So, again, Ella, this is her second season goalkeeping.
Oh, yeah.
But, oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and time expires. And thankfully so.
Yeah,
They were
luckily.
pressing us a little bit there.
Well, hopefully the girls will be able to regroup at halftime and figure some things out and be able to come out and work out some of the kinks that they're running into. But overall, I do think that we've seen a good progression.
Listen, it's 1-0. We're down. You have an opportunity here. Let's see what Coach Long can kind of bring to the ladies here.
Yeah.
What adjustments you can make. I believe there are a couple little things you can do, and honestly, all of a sudden you turn the game.
Yeah.
And so to be down 1 goal is nothing. And so this is a typical Smoky Franklin game.
Yeah.
This second half, I'm hoping is going to be exciting, and we're gonna go and take a break and give an opportunity for our sponsors to have their ads shown. So let's go to half.
Shauna Fun Lamb and family would like to wish all the best to the Panther teams competing this spring. The mother of an FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. On May 17th, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
3, 1, 2, 3, 4, good night.
We're coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panther football.
Yes,
Complete.
It's good to just go out there and win.
Sport Zone is your everyday low-price sporting goods supplier. We have the sports gear every athlete needs to be successful, from cleats, equipment, and protective gear to complete uniform sets. We even offer screen printing, laser engraving, and embroidery, as well as sublimated printing right here in Franklin. Don't race out of town to find the performance gear you need. We've lowered our prices throughout the store to give you the opportunity to shop local and score big. Come see us at Sport Zone.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Shauna Thun Lamb and family would like to wish all the best to the Panther teams competing this spring. The mother of an FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. On May 17th, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
We're coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panther football.
Yes,
Complete.
It's good to just go out there and win.
Well, welcome back, Panther fans. We got a little less than a minute till we start the second half here, and our Franklin Panthers are down 1-0 at this point. Hopefully we can kind of turn things around. Before we get started, just wanted to kind of mention the upcoming schedule that we have for the Lady Panthers. We actually are going to be facing West Henderson this Wednesday, and then the following, actually a week from today, we'll be at home against East Henderson. So hopefully you can join us for that. If you look at the schedule here, you can also notice that there are some other away matches that are going to be on the NFHS network that you can pay for, which is unfortunate. We are very blessed to have, again, FPSN that provides this as just a service for all of us. And again, we hope that you can help us out. But we do have a couple others coming up: Pisgah, April 27th, and Cherokee on May 7th. So there's some exciting matches that we hope you can join us for. Again, if you can't come out here to the field, watch us on FPSN. And again, please do all you can to support FPSN for what they do for us each and every match, not just for soccer, but of course for all the other sports too. And along with that, I'll mention one more as the Lady Panthers are coming out from the locker room. I'll mention that there is a game tomorrow for actually baseball. Guys Varsity Baseball is going to be facing Pisgah here at home, and that'll be at 7 p.m. That is, again, also on FPSN. So I saw Coach Ryan Haley. He was out here, and I believe he's going to be commentating on that, and I know he does a great job, along with George, I believe, will be in on that one. So we're getting ready for the second half kickoff. And Katie, we're getting ready to kick off here, second half. Any thoughts that you have before we get started here?
I'm really hoping to see a little bit more possession from Franklin, and I really would love to see them to work on that first touch, making sure that it goes where they want it to go instead of just into a Smoky player. Preferably.
Yeah.
Preferably, let's try to get it into space.
It really seemed like we were our midfield. If we can pick up our midfield play just slightly, have a little more possession there, quick decision making. That's really where the connection happens. Smoky
immediately boots it.
Well, they do the same play also with the guys. They drop it back and just boot it up. Well, we've come out with a little more energy here. Let's see if we can keep pressing their back line a little bit.
And I noticed that he is running Cynthia, it looks like, up at striker, which I don't hate.
No, I believe that was Carly. Is that Carly as a back there? So she's as a left back there. She made a nice clearance. There's a foul. So
I don't think our fans are happy about that call.
Again, our fans are not going to be happy. There was a leg out on it from what I could see. And this is a dangerous place right here, right up the middle. What you'd like to see is that we're within 10 yards from this distance, about probably 3 people. And I think we got, looks like 2 or 3 and they should actually be up a little bit farther. And actually, we should be up at that line. Wow, that was dangerous.
Man.
What you'd like to see is
close.
We want to actually be up with that wall because what you're doing is we had everybody all around the goal there.
Yeah.
So if that ball does bounce out, there's an easy follow. So we want to kind of keep that level. But we got a goal kick, and we're thankful for that goal kick here because that was a nice strike, actually.
And with such a young team, I know you and I have talked about this, but with such a young team, you really have to kind of go back to the basics there and work on their things like their touch, positioning, just kind of that basic stuff. Because a lot of them played for their first time in middle school, some of them in high school. And so a lot of them are still missing some of those fundamental things. And I think Coach Long does a good job at going back to those basics. I know I can tell from having coached them several years ago, their first touch and everything has gotten a lot better.
Oh, without a doubt. I remember seeing some of these ladies out when you were coaching them. They were first getting started. And, of course, time is going to really improve their game. I'm looking at the roster here for the starters that we had, at least for the first half. I see we had, I believe, 3 seniors that were starting. So very young group. If you go up and down the roster here, we've got, looks like 1, 2, 3 freshmen, I believe, at least 3 freshmen. So we have a few freshmen that are playing up at varsity level, which is, first of all, impressive for those freshmen to be up there. But also it kind of shows that we don't necessarily have as many upperclassmen as we typically like to see.
Yeah, and you really do wonder if the COVID year really times 2, if it affected just how the interest. Well, and I know that personally we had issues with several girls with grades and things of that nature too that you don't normally deal with. But then with the COVID year, virtual school, all those things, it just really threw a kink in things for the girls. I know the last 2 years have just been hard. It's one thing you really love to see the girls out here on the field without masks on.
Yeah. Oh, listen.
Outside in the fresh air.
Yeah. I'll tell you, when we came back, it was normally with the guys a couple seasons ago, it was a fall season normally, but it became a winter season. Playing in a match where you're running 7 miles maybe on an average, and you have a mask on. The health issues that follow that are.
I don't know how they did it.
Well, a lot of them had a hard time, and definitely had to substitute a lot differently.
Yeah,
had to get players in and out. But things like that just kind of pile up, and I was really impressed with our guys that they just kind of pushed through. We did lose some players. We did lose some players, and they ended up coming back the next season, this last season. But just different reasons, varying reasons, but typically all of them were driven in some way by COVID.
Well, and I think it just goes to show the resiliency of young people. If you give them the tools to do something, it doesn't really matter the obstacles that you put in front of them. They're still going to get it done one way or another.
That's right. They have been going down the right side fairly often here.
They have, and they've got a wide open player.
Oh, that looks like it's going to be
wide open in the box.
We have
16.
Another corner here. Corner number, is this number 7, I think, because it was 6.
At least, yeah.
Corner number 7. One of the things that you want to watch for here are we call it touch tight. Are you getting up on a player? We have one guarding the near and far post, which is a good thing, but we want to be goal side of them. So
it's a good kick.
And the ball that's in a dangerous place right there.
Goodness, can't see anything.
You can't even see it. It's like a scrum right now, isn't it?
As a keeper, that's your worst nightmare.
Wow. And something did go in the goal, and it was Ella.
Ella, she got pushed, and I think it was by her own player. I feel like she might think that it was a Smoky player. But
let's see here. It looked like a rugby scrum there for a second. Let's see. So it was one of our own players. Actually, Carly McMahon.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think the girls were so intent on getting the ball out.
But
they didn't see.
Listen, I don't want to be mean, but I'd rather see Elo go in the goal than the ball, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
That's kind of.
And you'd rather our own player push her than the other team to be shoving our goalie.
Yeah.
If somebody's going to be shoving, what's wrong?
I'm not sure what we have here.
Smokey's got a kick for some reason. I'm not sure.
Well, and here's another set piece. Again,
I didn't see anything.
Again, the idea of a set piece, if you're not aware, is really just any type of free kick that they can take within the offensive third, their offensive third, and that's what they're in right now.
Where you have the chance to get set.
Oh my goodness, that's one of the dangerous. It just slid right through all of our defenders, hit that patch of grass. And that's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, and that's kind of what you were referencing the first 5 minutes. Not quite 5 minutes, but
yeah, that's a tough one.
And the keeper couldn't see because, again, we didn't have that wall pushed up a little bit more. Just a few more steps would have given her a little bit of space to be able to just see.
Right. You want to see the wall up high, again, within 10 yards. If there's a player that's going to run it behind, I'd rather that player go one-on-one with our keeper.
Yeah. But again, that just comes with a little bit more experience.
Right.
It tends to be your first reaction as a defensive player, especially early on. In your playing years, you want to get back. You want to protect the goal.
Yeah.
And you think that the best way to protect the goal is to get back towards the goal.
Yeah, that's a tough. Now 2 goals. Again, not insurmountable at all. Our girls have scored some goals. They know the feeling. But we're going to have to make some connections here and there.
Smokey's got the momentum now. Yeah. They're coming off a halftime and have scored another goal, so it's really going to depend on what the girls are able to do with that. It does look like, I don't know if she's actually warming up or if she's just trying to stay warm on the bench, but it does look like Abigail Stillwell is tossing the ball back and forth with Julia on the sideline. Not sure if that is indicative of any sort of keeper change coming up.
Well, I guess we would find that out, and it's always good to stay warm, definitely on the sideline.
Absolutely. That's what I was hoping.
And
That maybe they're just keeping her muscles warm.
Definitely. Listen, it's cool enough a little bit. I was thinking about that set. So as between corner kicks and free kicks that they've had, they probably had in the 8 to 10 range, and they've scored 2. So we're still hovering in that 25% of set pieces you can get goals on typically. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it's more, but those are those things that can come back to haunt you. So what can we do to create set pieces of our own? That's what you have to think about. How can we create a little more pressure on their back line to hopefully have them make a mistake?
And really capitalize on the opportunities when we have them as well. And defending a set piece is hard. It's a hard thing to do because they're all different. You can't just say you do this because it's always different. You have to it's interchangeable pieces. It's moving parts. Right. You have to be able to read the field, read the play. And for a young team, that's hard.
It is. Well, I will say this: Smoky also has some young players.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at their roster, in fact, I'm looking at it right now. Their entire roster, they have 3 seniors.
Wow.
On their entire roster. So
similar to us, I guess.
Very similar. I'm just looking at ours. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors. So yeah, listen, that's a low amount of seniors for either team, really. Yeah.
Now, what grade is our keeper, Ella?
Now, Ella, I believe she is a sophomore. So,
wow.
So she's, again, young.
That's great. Great news for us.
That's right. We have some youth there to be able to kind of cultivate.
Yes. You love a young keeper, a young talented keeper.
Yeah, the type of keeper you want to see. So, and again, I believe I know Ella played volleyball, or plays volleyball. I know that, which is a great sport because you jump, you want to be. There's an opportunity here. Have a shot. Oh, and we just miss on the backside. Oh, that was actually done very well. She fought for that ball, fought with that defender.
That was Cynthia, and she just got a little bit of a breakaway and was able to beat that defender.
And that was just one of those where she said, wait, I'm open, and just kind of overswung.
But that's all it
bit.
takes. That's all it takes if they will just capitalize on those opportunities when they're given to them instead of just backing off of the defender when they assume that Smoky's got it.
Right.
We'll just put a little bit of pressure on them.
Gotta press high.
We've got some speed up top if we'll capitalize on it.
Well, maybe that'll bring a little bit of confidence in our play here.
Yeah.
And you can already see, just like right there, we got a little more possession, right? And that's a nice pass up to Caitlin. Let's see if she can take it wide. She does. And what you like to see right there is just kind of a calm, maybe a drop or switch of the field or something. And that ball's going to ride out for a Franklin throw in here. This is the reaction you want to see, though. You get a second goal on you. Now we're pressing them a little bit, right? We got in behind. That looks like an illegal throw in on that one.
It did.
I think the leg came up.
That's one thing, too, that I didn't play a lot of other sports other than soccer, and I was on the swim team. So for me, it was learning how to do a throw-in. That was really the only time that I threw a ball. But for players that play like basketball, it's hard for them to get used to having to pull the ball all the way behind their head, keep both feet on the ground. We actually have Josh Brooks' daughter on our team this year, and the last game, she was so frustrated with herself because she did a chest pass. And fresh off of her basketball season, she was doing chest passes into the game and was very frustrated with herself.
Well, listen, she made a good pass. I mean, it just wrong sport, but it's okay,
It was a great chest pass.
You kind of talk that up and say, listen, hey, it happens, right?
Yeah.
And now you just fix it, right? And that's soccer.
And she has a great throw when she does it correctly too. So that's all you can ask for. See if I think Campbell's about to make another throw in, hopefully down the line. Looks like Lily Holt's coming off to have a break for her.
Well, soccer is just such a. Now see if we can get it behind the back line.
We got Cynthia with a little bit.
She's got a little pep in her step here.
She does.
Yeah, and she pressured that nicely to be able to get a throw in. And again, we see a better reaction here by our ladies. Let's see if we can keep possession in their defensive third, our offensive third here.
And you really want to see them pressing that back line because the times that they have, it's worked out in our favor. Whether that means the back line has just kicked it out for us to have a throw or they've fumbled the ball a little bit, you really want to see a little bit more of that. And Smoky's back line has done very well to stay high. So the times that they do fumble the ball, you really have to take that opportunity.
I was going to say, I saw Brittany made it. She took that throw in, last throw in for us, and she's really come a long way as a player. I had her as a student, and she was a lot of fun as a student.
Very energetic.
Very energetic. She just and she's definitely using that energy on the field, which is great. Let's see if Maddie can handle this well. You want to take it out wide, and she did. But the see that the pressure they're putting on our back line is what's making a difference right now too. They're
not giving us a second to think, which is
And we get a handball by Smoky. It was kicked, and you got to call that handball there, especially in our defensive in our penalty box there, penalty area. Let's see if Maddie can make a nice kick up the field. That's a good kick, and a nice second ball.
Claudia tips it up, and again.
And that's a good ball there.
Oh, nice.
And what you'd like to see there. Okay, so I believe that's Megan. Is she on that right
that's
wing?
Campbell.
Is it Campbell? Okay. What do you? It's again. I apologize. It's hard to see sometimes. But you'd like to see is that she would kind of move away from that ball and go up that wing a little bit.
Space. And it is, again, that's one of the harder things to teach because the initial reaction is to go towards ball.
Sure. Yeah, we're taught to do that, right?
Not to go away from ball.
Yeah. And we get a second throw here. Let's see if we can just kind of throw our way down the field. I've seen that happen many times, too, where you just throw it in, keeps going out on the other team. And
Claudia's fighting for it.
Yeah, and that was that was a smart play. Kind of a dangerous place there to take that touch. You'd like to see. Again, you do want to build, but you also have to look at where you're at. How many defenders do you have? You have 2 defenders on you.
Smoky playing very physical, but Valencia luckily is right there.
Yeah, she does
to
a
give
great
it
job.
back.
Oh, great job. Oh
my goodness.
Great job. Was that Carly?
That was.
Okay. I'll tell you, Carly's done well back there. That was a nice shot. Watch the bounce there.
Hop.
Yeah, again, the Franklin hop, right?
Yes.
Franklin bounce.
It's a little different than the field Smoky's used to.
Now, while you're watching this match, you might look at the field and see that it's nice and green, which is true. It is green. But they're mixed in between that green. There's a lot of brown and patches and things like that. Again, some people... I'm a naturalist. I love playing on grass. I just think it's so much fun. But only really when it's level grass, it makes it easier. So right now we're in a bit of a conundrum where our sprinkler system on our field is out, and so we've had some really good rain, and it's helped with the seed bringing it up. But we are kind of hopeful that we'll get enough rain here and there that'll kind of take the place of the sprinkler system until we can figure something out on that end, because it's not an easy fix from what I understand. Again, I would also mention this too, not only give to FPSN, but we are always happy to have support for our sports. If you're able to donate to things like helping our players have a better field. Oh, here's a breakaway by Caitlin Rill, and she's done well with these here in the past.
And she's taken up with her.
She's taken the ball away though, and she went down. Yeah, I think
it's not a player that you want to see go down when you're in need of
I think she's going to be okay. I think she's going to be okay. I believe that was more of I lost the ball and
I hope so.
Yeah.
Got a couple subs coming on. It looks like we've got Bree and Lily and Megan, but he's waving them off. Now they're coming back on. Nope, Lily's not. That's interesting.
Well, while we got this time here, while we're kind of subbing, I'm also going to mention, too, that FPSN, I don't know if you know this or not, but they're actually starting to do pictures for individuals, for teams.
Oh, that's cool.
So
no, I didn't know that.
If you are a girls' soccer parent for Varsity, they are offering an opportunity for you to get your pictures done, and you can contact them about that. But I just saw some of the pictures that were done here, and they are amazing. I also saw, there's a nicely played by Ella. I also saw I believe a video where the crew was setting up the green screen and everything for these pictures. They put a lot of time and the lights and effort into this. So if you look at the pictures, they're really wonderful. So I was just mentioning that, ladies, soccer players, if you want to go get your picture taken. Oh, they have been taken. Oh. Okay, so they have been taken, so they need to see them about purchasing them. That's what it is. I apologize for that that message there, but yeah, so they've already been taken. That's great. But they are very high quality, wonderful looking pictures. It looks like Smoky has kind of switched a little bit here now. We're on our defensive third a little bit. Let's see if we can hold strong and counter on this.
Bringing up the girl that throws it far. At 21.
Well, and that makes a difference. And for those of you who don't know, there are no offsides on the throw-in, so they can get up on the goal if they want to.
Maddie does well to step through that.
Now see if we can counter. Oh, see, the defender stepped up really nice for Smoky there.
Claudia tries to get it back.
I believe that's Caitlin over there.
It is.
I'd like to see that little knocking there. It's get tough there, right?
Well, and honestly, as a coach,
played well.
Oh, they're testing that bounce.
Yeah.
I like it when my girls are playing a little bit more passively. I like for them to get pushed around a little bit because a lot of times it kind of lights that fire.
That's right. It's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Especially the newer players, it's like, oh, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay,
All
let's
right.
do this. Right? Now I've coached the ladies in the past too through years, and I will tell you, I have been part of some matches that if the guys were out there on the field with them, most of the guys would have been knocked down pretty quickly. It's so much fun to watch whenever some of these matches start getting real intense.
Yeah.
It's great. And here's another set piece on this corner. Let's see if we can keep this one out here. I'll tell you, they've done oh my goodness, oh what a save.
Wow, was that Maddie?
I couldn't see if
I think
maybe
that was Maddie's foot.
if we get a chance, we might have to see if that was a foot.
They might have another opportunity.
Let's see.
Here.
All right, now we got a corner, but we might be able to take a look at this.
Goodness.
All right, look at this here.
That was a
Who
quick
made
reaction.
this save? Let me see. Oh, it was Maddie's foot. Look
Oh
at
my
that.
goodness.
She did her best ballerina move right there. I'm just going to tell you. If I extended that much, I would have been on the ground. I'm just going to tell you. Maddie did a great job, and that's what you do, right?
That
You're a
was
defender.
She saved that goal.
Yes, she did. So and now we're out of the frying pan, right? Get that out of there. Let's see if we'll ride out of bounds. No, they still have possession.
You want to see a big-time pressure when somebody's playing around with the ball that close to your
yeah.
goal. You want to see some major pressure coming in hot.
Yeah, way to play. I'll tell you, Maddie is really stepping up. This is pure willpower right now. Oh, and right to Ella. Good. Whew, we are being tested right now.
Goodness, they've taken several shots on Ella. Very quickly, too.
I believe Maddie, let me see. She's a junior, so we got another year of her, but she would still be considered that upperclassman now at this point. And as a leader on that back line, you just love to see that because, that's an example right there that hopefully others will see and they're going to pick up. Listen, that was a third goal right there.
Oh, all day.
Without a doubt. And
she's played ever since a freshman on varsity as well. Of course, her freshman year was the COVID year, as we say.
Yeah,
there
number
comes
13.
Bree.
Yeah. So
Bree, a little tidbit about Bree when she made the middle school team as a 7th grader, I believe she was. She could have been an 8th grader. She made the team the next week, and during PE class, she was chasing down a ball on the hill outside and broke her femur.
Oh my goodness!
And ended up in a full leg cast and was out for the season right off the bat.
Well, she seems to have recovered well.
Yeah, and I'm
definitely.
so glad to see that she's still playing soccer.
Wow.
That's what you love to see, is somebody coming off of an injury or getting cut from a team or something like that, isn't able to play in middle school for whatever reason and still comes back out and tries again. And that's all you can hope for.
You overcome, right? That's life.
Yep.
How do you overcome the things that knock us down? So, well, let's see if we can get a little burst of energy here. We're just over halfway. If we can get a goal
There goes
Get one
Megan's back in. But what Franklin's having a tendency to do now is backtracking
Right.
and playing on the defensive.
Right.
Which is, again, that's just kind of your initial reaction whenever you're down 2-0.
And right now,
Smoky's
Smoky.
possessing.
Yeah, they are. Now let's see if we can feed it to some of our forwards up there. And again, that connection right there, that's what we want to see, those mids to the forwards. Can they make that connection?
And you've got to just have someone
What a
be
play.
able to
Again,
step.
two good defensive plays right there. Two good defensive plays.
You've got to get that off your foot.
Yeah.
Clear it out. Yep. That's all you can do.
But, yeah, that connection in the mid, that's, really transitioning from level to level. That's what you want to see. Yeah, a little bit of danger here in the middle.
Love to see it get out of this goal box.
Yeah, we've spent some time in here.
Yeah. Clear it past the 18, preferably. Lily's going to just carry it.
Well, and
down
you know
the
what?
side.
What a patient. That was so patient. That's a handball. That should have been a handball there. But that was apparently a no call.
Yeah.
Totally misdirected the pass. But
those are the handballs especially that you hate to see whenever it's
right when he
changes the direction
it
of
does.
the ball.
It does. Well, and changes momentum sometimes. Now shield that out, Maddie. Good. And I took a hop at the very end.
Yeah. Which is why, as a coach, you want your strikers. I mean, if I'm Smoky's coach, I'm happy with the fact that that striker's chasing that down.
That's right.
Not just backing off of it because the keeper's
Only
coming
takes
out.
one bad bounce, right?
If I'm Smoky's coach, I'm very pleased with this, especially as what did you say Smoky's record is so far? Did
Well,
you
they
say
are
3-2?
4-2-1.
Okay.
And they did. I believe they lost to. I believe it was Pisgah the other day last week. So they do have a loss, but again, most of the season's ahead of them when it comes to the conference.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I will say is that Coach Long did a good job in scheduling, and that you're able to get a couple wins before you go into conference, and so hopefully that would give you enough confidence to be able to kind of carry forward, right? That's the hope.
That's a very hard call to make because as much as you want the momentum off of a win, you also don't necessarily want the overconfidence of we don't have to do much and we'll win.
Right.
It's a hard call when you're making your schedule. It's you kind of want to balance it out. So I think honestly their schedule so far has been good because they've a couple wins, couple losses. You know you have the ability to get a win.
Right. Well, listen, you're 2-3 going into conference. That's sometimes all you can ask for.
Yeah.
You're scheduling a lot of different teams of different calibers.
Yeah.
I know whenever I schedule, I purposely will schedule some very difficult teams, knowing full well, like this last season, we played Raven Gap, who was number 49 in the country, and we tied them. And I'll, as much as you hate to tie as a coach, when you tie number 49 in the country, the players on the other team on Raven Gap after that game were crying. They only had one loss and one tie the entire season, and then won the state championship. So for my guys, that was actually a momentum builder. I told them what kind of team they just beat, and I got an email from their athletic director just talking about how well our guys played. So when you go into these games, there's a chance you're not going to win them all, but you also know that they can learn from it and they can move forward depending on what's happened, right? You learn, you overcome, you move forward. And these ladies, if they can just get a little burst of energy there, then that's really what you're looking for. It's a burst of energy. And Coach Long has been rotating the players fairly often, I've noticed.
Well, and the bench is not that deep. I was just noticing is number 6, Dulce. Is she injured, do you know?
Not sure.
She hasn't played, and it's hard to tell from here if she's got cleats on or not. I wasn't sure if maybe there had been an injury because I noticed I don't think she's rotated in, but of course I could absolutely be wrong on that front. And it does look like Megan Davis is on the bench putting tape on an ankle. And of course, like I've mentioned before, Cynthia, our lone striker right now, it looks like, is about to get an opportunity. She's all wrapped up on her right leg as well.
Now,
got a free kick.
What did we just talk about? How do we try to get ourselves a set piece? Well, here we go. And now let's see how Smoky defends this. Now notice their line. Notice Smoky's line. They're holding a line at right around the penalty area.
So it looks like either Caitlin Riddle's taking it. You do have Maddie Brandon standing near her, which is interesting to me. I don't know if she's going to try to pass it to Maddie.
Well, you can pass around the wall, but you got to take that shot pretty quickly. So I know Coach Long has probably got some sort of set piece going on here. Hopefully.
I think she's just going to shoot it.
She's going to, and that was a nice shot.
Oh.
And a nice save by the keeper.
Yep.
I mean, it had some dip to it, so that wasn't the easiest save in the world. And that's, I believe, the first time we've tested their keeper. Am I wrong on that? No, I'm sorry. We had another shot earlier.
Cynthia had the breakaway, and
yes.
I think Caitlin Riddle's had maybe one opportunity. But other than that, I don't think there hasn't been much.
Well, again, a shot is a shot, and we've got to keep shooting. So that's the key. You don't score unless you shoot.
Yep. Doesn't matter if it's pretty.
That's right. And
they are just working our back line to death. We'll get another goal kick here, another chance for Maddie to send it up line. I'm interested to see here if the Panthers are able to win this ball and try to feed it up. That's one of the things that have to be focused on, as a team and as a coach, is the 50-50 balls.
That's right. And that was a nice kick, and let's see if she can pressure her enough. And again, there's the smart play. When you're up by a couple goals, that's all you do, right? That's all you do. You're not worrying about having to possess upfield as much, build from the back. We have some of
Coach Kolodnik's boys are down on the field cheering on the girls and
just waving, making faces. These guys. They're
just glad to be around the sport. You love to see the support from the guys' team supporting the girls.
Well, we told them. I've told them for years to make sure you guys support the ladies, because they definitely come out and support the guys. They do.
They do, and that's what you love to see.
So typically they're going to be the loudest guys out there. I mean, there's no doubt. They lead our fans many a times. And again, that's just a love for the sport. It's great. And they're making a run up the sideline here. And I think we're just going to roll out safely for a goal kick.
Maddie Brandon did well to get a foot on that, but that ball just had so much momentum.
We're getting ready to take this. So I'm just going to throw it out there one more time, because we appreciate Franklin Panther Sports Network for all they do. If you would like to support them in any way, there is a PayPal link. If you go to their Facebook page, their website, if you could help out as a sponsor, it's on the post. Oh, it's actually on the post description when you go to, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, just go down into the description and you can click on the link there. So even easier, you don't have to go to their website. That's taking a step away, which is wonderful, because if it's anything like me, you get off this and you're like, hey, where did I go again, right? If you are watching this now, all you got to do is scroll down and go to the post description and click on that link. We would love for you to help out FPSN so we can continue to carry these matches, these games, Franklin Panther sports in general. So they do a wonderful job here, very professional. They're award-winning. They honestly, every time we have a team that comes here, and when they play us, and we've got an FPSN live stream going, they are so excited because the parents just absolutely love it from other places.
Well, I was just about to say, last time I know one of the Smoky parents, or I don't even know if it was parents, but Abigail Stanberry's relatives or friends had mentioned that they thought it was cool to be able to still watch the game.
Oh, we got an opportunity here. Let's see if Caitlin can make one more touch. Oh, no, couldn't quite strike it.
Help.
Yeah, couldn't quite
but
strike
yeah,
it.
it's cool to hear from people that are not from here, to hear, I was able to watch the game and I heard you shout out my player even though they're from the other team, and that was really cool. And because I coached Abigail for a travel team at least 2 years.
Yeah, a couple years.
It's all.
Oh, there's a breakaway.
Let's see if they can capitalize.
Oh, and a nice save. Nice save. Nice save. Again, that's just so hard. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Actually, got
it's
our
hard for the keeper, and it's extra hard for the striker to try to place it.
one of our keepers. Actually, he's a senior, is standing in behind us right now. I saw he brought you some M&Ms. That was amazing. Yeah, look, they're
one of my all-time favorite students as well.
yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because he gave me chocolate or Emma.
But these guys are great, and Solomon back there too. Yeah. He didn't bring anything though. He did bring his wallet. He brought his wallet.
Oh,
look at that.
Give it to
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Hey, let's get you on the webcam, guys. Hold on. Let's see if we can get that. There they are. Okay. Okay. You know these guys. Yes. You. If you have them in your class, teachers. Oh, thank you for the webcam. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
I tell you, this FPSN,
Yeah.
they've got it going on. And back to what you were saying about the advertisements and stuff too. It is so cool the way that they're able to have advertisements for local businesses, and you can see people that you know on the advertisements.
Well, I'll tell you,
That's so fun.
They will do an ad for you. If you have your own ad, you can submit that. They're normally like 30-second spots, but you can really
cool.
just if you just have your logo, a card. We just had an opportunity down there. But if you have your logo, your card, you can just give them that, and they can do something with it. They're pretty amazing. But, well, there's another shot. We'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Take that.
We got about 6 minutes left in the game, it looks like. So hopefully Franklin can put a few things together.
Again, getting close to the last 5 minutes here. What can we do? Oh. Oh, no. You know, I shouldn't have said that. Last 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah. And that ball just...
That's an own goal, and that is so frustrating as a defender, too, and as a goalie. And that's a really hard position to be in for the team.
Again, you could see right there, that ball just took one of those crazy bounces, right?
Yeah, and then it just
look at that
right
bounce. You could see it.
Foot.
You could see it.
And it's so hard, too,
Yeah.
because Carly's trying to get it out. And at the last second, she realizes Ella's there, and she tries to turn to let Ella get it, and it just took that hop.
Again, just kind of the youth in that. You as a keeper, you're going to call mine, right? That kind of thing. And again, that's just going to come with experience. So that's unfortunate to go down a third goal with, less than 6 minutes left in the match here.
Our third goal against Smoky today was actually a very similar circumstance. It just kind of popped in the goal. Their keeper had it and then just dropped it. So.
And if you're Smoky, hey, a goal's a goal.
Yeah.
However it goes in.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
It is, very frustrating for Franklin. You like to see that ball go down line a little bit, maybe.
And here is where these last 5 minutes with Franklin down 3-0.
She was off. Yeah, she was off.
It's where you have to be so mentally strong. That's one of the hardest things in any sport, is just overcoming that frustration and still being able to play out these last 5 minutes as hard as you can, not hang your head. I mean, the girls have really put in a good effort. It's been a good battle.
So I'm just looking at, let's see, the girls' soccer. As far as the schedule coming up here, as I said, they have an away match coming up here. It's against West Henderson. That'll be Wednesday, 23rd this week at 6:45. And then Monday we are back here, East Henderson. East Henderson right now, from what we can tell, it doesn't look like they've, let me see, they're 0-0 in the conference. Overall, they're 1-3. So we are looking forward, and they're 0-3 away. If they keep that trend, that's an opportunity for us maybe to come back here, hopefully go on the road, maybe take one from West, and then come back here and have a maybe take a game there. That'd be wonderful to get a home win here.
When did you say that East game is?
That's next Monday.
Okay.
And let me see the time.
I was trying to remember if we had a home game that day as well. Sometimes our games overlap a little bit.
So that's at 7 o'clock, same time that we started here tonight.
Now, do we know anything about our JV schedule at all? I'd like to watch some of those JV girls. I know they haven't had a game yet that I know of.
Well, I'm not sure about East. They probably
Okay.
they don't have a JV team. And this has been something really since COVID has happened. I'll say that too. A lot of these teams have lost their JV teams, especially for the ladies. I talked to Smoky. They don't have a JV team. He has a good full roster for his varsity, but he expressed to me also, and it was very interesting before the game. I talked to him. He said there's most definitely, because of COVID, there has been a loss of development.
Wow.
And really you can see a lot of the guys, these guys who are in behind us and down there, they can play in an adult league. There's a lot of different leagues they can play in. The ladies around here, and not just around here, but a lot of different places, don't have an opportunity in the off season if they want to go play somewhere to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
even when I was coaching, it was sometimes a tri-county, sometimes quad county
right
league.
Right.
I mean, you just had kind of a lack of, I don't know that it was a lack of interest or lack of ability to be able to play in the off season. It does take time and money and, effort on parents' parts and the girls' part to make that commitment on the off season.
Well, we do have a club here, Macon County Soccer Club. I was president of that club for about 7 years, and we were able to develop an academy, a classic for men and women, for boys and girls. And with COVID, it kind of knocked a lot of that out. Now they're trying to grow that back, is my understanding. I think they're starting a couple of girls' travel teams, which is good. I talked to the current president, David Parlier, and they are doing their best, and they do have really good numbers for rec. I think he said there were over 400 players in the recreation league. So
that's great.
It is wonderful. Kids are going out and playing again. This is what we need. I think
another set piece here. It looks like Lily's
this is our second set piece, right? So maybe we can beat the percentages.
Or Maddie's going to take it.
Maddie's taking it, yeah.
That's so far away.
So here's what you want to do. Now if you look at Smoky, they've got a high. They're holding their line pretty high, and there's a nice shot. And about that you want to. I'll tell you, the keeper
that was good
mishandled it, and we had an opportunity. That's tough. That would have been nice to have gotten that one at least.
It would.
Watch this. Mishandled, but she was able to get a good second effort.
Got back on it.
And let's see if we can just keep it up here a little bit. So right there, you want to see that connection happen. You want to see a connection there. Well, listen, always tough to lose to Smoky. It is. You don't like to lose anybody. You always hate to lose to Smoky. The only thing I always told our guys whenever we played Smoky is that when we go to their place, we own their field too. The guys are back here shaking their head. Smoky fans, if you're listening to that, we've done very well. It's been exciting. Hopefully our ladies will be able to recover. Hopefully they'll have an opportunity to go there and make something happen. So you always have a second opportunity against these teams. And this is one you just got to kind of chalk up. 20 seconds left here in the match, and say, what can we learn from it? Where can we improve? How do we beat them when we go there next time? And how do we take this game and go? Really, you're just playing for your next game at this point. You play West. How do we go travel to West and get a victory? And that is the end of regulation time. We have Smoky Mountain with a victory over our Franklin Panthers, 3-0. Katie, I've enjoyed taking the time here and commentating. It's been a while since we've been able to do this.
Yeah, it has. It's been a good time. I'm glad that y'all were able to have us. Thank you to FPSN for being able to broadcast this game for us, even though it didn't necessarily go the way that Franklin fans had hoped.
Well, as usual, Clinton is here. He's the guy behind the computer. We thank him for all he's done. All the guys on the camera, guys do a great job. The instant replays. Hey, we can't say enough about FPSN. Until next time, hopefully next week, we'd love to see you back here, and maybe tomorrow, if you are a baseball fan, come watch FPSN for Franklin versus Tuscola. Pisgah, 7 p.m. Till next time, have a good night.
Shauna Thunlam and family would like to wish all the best to the Panther teams competing this spring. The mother of an FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. On May 17th, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
We're coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panther football.
Yes, complete.
But it's good to just go out there and win.